Okay, I'm Merlin Volkmer from Shickley, Nebraska. I was born in the house and I'm still living in the house. So the house is pushing 100 years old because I'm getting that way too. And I've been farming ever since I came back in '59. I farmed with my dad. When I started, Dad had a half section, and then I bought an 80. And I rented an 80, and the 80 was sold. I didn't get it bought. And now I and my wife own a little over 700 acres. I was young, and with my dad, we used to have horses on the farm and did some of the minor jobs with horses. We still had a tractor. Then we got rid of the horses and everything went tractors. One of the biggest changes I've seen was husking corn by hand to a corn picker to a combine shelling it. That was probably one of the biggest changes I've seen. And we used to plant corn with a 2-row planter with horses. Now we're to 24 or maybe bigger planters to plant corn. And it used to take us 3-4 days to plant 80 acres of corn. Now we plant a quarter in 3 or 4 hours. That's quite a change. But they got a lot more invested because horse and planter was probably worth maybe $200. And the tractor and a 4-row planter is probably worth close to $750,000. Well, I mean, it all come on. Well, I shouldn't say slowly, but it all came on. But every time it made a change, it took more money to do it. I guess the most important one is water allocations. And our first allocation was 15 inches. And back then, there was people that I think used it all. Now we've taken it down to 10. And through center pivots, I don't know if anybody that really, there's going to be a few, but most of the people get by on the 10 or a few inches less. That's probably the biggest change I've seen, and I've seen corn yields go from when I was farming and we raised 130 bushel irrigated corn, we had a big crop, and now they look at 240, 250. I've seen hand-moved sprinklers, gated pipe, center pivots, and drip systems. The hardest one to work with is hand-moved sprinkler system in tall corn because you carry it on a fork above your head. That's pretty much strenuous. I myself never used sprinkler system. I used gated pipe. At one time I had probably 2.5 miles of gated pipe to lay out, pick up, move across the road. I check roads 3 times a day. I'm not saying I held all my water on my farm, because I didn't. But I controlled it as best as I could with the help I had. And as my children grew up and hired help got hard to get, I started buying pivots, because I can manage them by myself. And I don't know if the next generation is going to see everything I've seen or not. I don't know what they're going to go to. Down in my area, seed corn's coming in pretty big. I don't raise seed corn yet. I'm thinking about it.